Hi everyone, it's Mary Jo and welcome back to my channel. This is the reading for our Taurus return. Taurus will be coming April 20th through May 20th, 2016. So happy birthday to all the Taurans out there. Taurus sign is the bull and it is a feminine sign. The ruling planet is Venus. Taurus is also an earth sign and a fixed sign. On the higher vibration, Taurans are usually quiet, affectionate, patient, stable, determined, and practical. On the lower vibration, they can be stubborn, resistant to change, and their ruling part of the body is the neck and the throat. The decanates, or the 10 days of each of the Tauran birthdays, the first one being April 20th through April 30th. Your keyword is acquisition, and your constellation is triangulum. The triangle, it's a mystic symbol of truth and harmony, and your subruler is still Venus. The second 10 days of Taurus is May 1st through May 10th. Your keyword is evaluation. Your constellation is Eridanus, the River Po. It's a winding current that symbolizes justice, and your planetary subruler is Mercury. Your third decanate, or 10 days, is May 11th through May 20th. The key word is determination, and your constellation is Perseus, the rescuer, the hero who slew the Gorgon Medusa. Your planetary subruler is Saturn. But your key word is I have. You like to collect possessions. You like the things that you can get, that you want. Very third dimensional. Your polar opposite is Scorpio, which is a water sign, and you'll see that your balance is where Scorpio is I create or I give, Taurus is I have and what can I accumulate. So let's see what our reading is for this Taurus solar return for the year. Now we start off with Judgment, number 20, and you see that the person looks like they are in repose and someone's coming in to waken them. Now the Judgment card is a major arcana. It usually talks about something ending, so it's very appropriate since your solar year has ended from last year to now, that's coming. And the Judgment card talks about you making necessary changes and having that courage, that strength, that resolute, responsible way of making changes that are necessary to bring growth and purpose in your life. It's time for you to evaluate and maybe examine your moral conscience. What have you believed until now? What have you allowed until now? This is time to take a moral inventory. It's kind of like awakening from a dead phase, an old phase. Things that kept you entombed, things that kept you prisoner, your old way of thinking, your old dogmas. You need to clear away those old dogmas and those outside expectations that people have. And maybe things that you unquestioned before, that kept you, like I said, entombed or prisoner in your life. Accept the responsibility for any self-imposed limitations you've also had in your life. The things that you have kept yourself chained to, if it's drinking, drugs, alcohol, earthly things, overspending, possessions. Take a moral inventory of those things. Those things are limiting you from growth and rising to your highest vibration. Be responsible, for how it affects others too. If you have siblings, if you have parents, if you have a spouse, if you have children, think of those things that you're doing in your life that have been maybe something you could outgrow now. And have the courage to make the change for this growth and this purpose. So that is a beautiful card. It's a card of awakening you to a new life. So happy birthday, new year, new life. And it's saying you're being called to this now. Will you heed the call for this growth, for this higher purpose, higher learning that you have in your life? And the results will be, because it's very Taurian energy ruled by Venus, rewarded to you in your possessions, your grounding stability, your home life, your family life, your health, all the things that are of the third dimensional. Like I say, the bells and the whistles, the things that you look to collect and possess in your life. Then we have the Queen of Cups. So we have our Queen of Cups is water. And the queens do represent emotion, which is watery. So she is water, water, emotions. And I think of Scorpio as your opposite. So if for you, you have someone in your life that has the elements of the Queen of Cups, who would be balanced emotionally, calm, usually, but running deep in her emotions, the very reflective, loving, caring, you know, that receptivity, that feminine energy, then this is talking about your life with this person going forward or starting something new with them. If you don't have anyone in your life and you're male and you're looking for a female, or even men who are looking for a man who's got that queen energy of the cups, someone who's receptive and loving, that is very much like a Scorpion natured person who is your opposite. It's a balance. If you have someone in your life, this is a renewed energy with this person. Now, if there isn't anyone in your life where this doesn't fit the norm of someone who's a Cancer, a Scorpio, or a Pisces in your life, male or female, this is talking about you then, where you're going emotionally. Now, usually Taurans do keep their emotions in check, but and they can be a bit bullheaded, but usually they have that very calm, patient exterior. If that isn't one of your highest vibrations, it's saying a growth to that, an evolving to that this year for you. People that are already in that nature of calm and reliability, is saying this is even a time of very peaceful exchange for you in your coming year. It's the more calming nature of yourself, where you could be a bit stubborn. This person has more compassion. This person has more compromise. This person is very loving and caring. And usually even Tauran men are wonderful fathers and husbands because they want to give their family everything. And though you can buy all the material possessions, you know what is more valuable to someone who loves you is your time. So maybe it is a time for you to grow this year and give more of yourself emotionally to the people that you love and who love you. Keeping yourself very calm and balanced. You see this queen, her expression is calm in her demeanor, surrounded by the ocean. Now we know the ocean could be beautifully calm, it runs deep, but it can be very tumultuous. And yes, this personality does have emotional outbursts, but that's the balance in our life. What you're looking for is, like the cup shows, receptivity, the vessel that contains and takes the water, takes the shape of the vessel. That is what it's saying for you now this year. It's time for you to be a vessel of receptivity and loving. Fill your vessel with balanced emotion and love for yourself, of course, but also for others. Then we have the Seven of Wands. Now the 7 is a mystical number, and it's a number of taking a stance and control. Now this, we're talking about more of a work or social situation. So it looks like many of you Taurans are going to start to make a stand for yourself. Now you see these people aren't whacking you with the wands, but they are kind of like stacking themselves up against you. And it could be something of a very competitive nature. And even though you're standing on this slippery precipice of rocks and water flowing, you're standing your ground. And that's very much the bull. Very much. You ever see a bull out in the field? It's solid. It's immovable. And that's you. But this is with your work or social situation. So maybe you're making a stand for yourself with regards to your job. You're going to stand up and state your case. Now this is logically, even though the wands are fire, for you with this calming energy here too, which are emotionally balanced, that you're stating the facts. They cannot be argued. You're going to make a stand for yourself with whatever this is. If you're trying to buy a house or a new car and they're questioning your credit and your payment ability, or if with your relationship with your the people at work or in your family, with your friends, with your schooling. It's talking about you showing your stuff, that you standing fast and saying, this is why I am valued at this and valued at that. Not that you're being cocky or vain, but you are stating the facts that are true about you. The passion that you have about this, or your abilities, your capabilities, because the Wands does talk about creative allspark. It's an energy. So if you're an artist, you're making a stand for yourself and showing your work proudly, and people will see it for what it is. If it's for you with a job, you're going to be standing up for a job, for a promotion, or for recognition of your ability, and you'll move up and you'll state your case as to why you are deserving of this. Whatever this is in your life, it's saying you're going to make a stand, and you're going to speak intelligently and logically about this, calmly, without heated emotion, to show whomever this is and whatever this is, that you are valuable. And then you have the King of Pentacles, which is so Taurus, male, female. We have this beautiful earth energy. And look at this king. He's sitting in the field. He's got poppies around him. He's got a tree that's been planted and has taken root and bearing fruit. So we know that this has been over a period of time. So with this year, we're saying this is a year that you're going to see the fruits of your labor. Now you see he holds his pentacle, and his throne is made of stone like the earth, and he sits firmly with his feet in the earth. So he is grounded. He is stable. And that's what you will be feeling this year. Grounding, stability. Yes, for some of you it will be about the money. Financial stability, at least for a period of time this year. Your life bearing fruit, maybe some of you will be bearing children, fathering children, adopting children. This is something that's standing the test of time that will go generational. That is the Tauran way. Possessions, things coming to you of this world, this physical world, that you're longing for and have been working toward. And with the blessings of Venus, who wants you to have love, comfort, beauty surrounding you in your life, this card is saying that is what you'll be receiving this year. So that's a beautiful blessing to have. I think for any of us, and we all have Taurus somewhere in our charts. So if you have a Taurus ascendant, or if you have a Taurus moon, or sun in Taurus, this could fit you. But again, many of us have influences of all the zodiac in our natal chart. So for some of us it may resonate, for others it may not. But maybe it's someone you know that you can talk to who can relate to this, and it could help them, for you to be a channel to pass the message on to someone else. But if this is for many of you Taurans watching, this looks like a beautiful year of you of having balance. We have emotions, we have passion with the fire, we have water, we have earth, and we have a new life. So this is saying things are pretty well balanced coming for you in this year. Let the past be the past. Show the growth. Elevate yourself. We want to rise above, not against, because that is negative, but rise above the things that have been our challenges, our trials, our tribulations, our confrontations, and rise above it, because before we leave this place, we want to raise ourselves spiritually to the highest level. So I hope this reading does give you some help and guidance and peace for a beautiful new year, and happy birthday again, Taurans. And thank you so much for all of my new subscribers. Welcome. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. You'll receive emails from YouTube when my new videos are up, so that you'll be aware of them. And as always, I pray for you every day in my intentions, and I do wish you the best.